The league's moneymakers front and center, and it was a little untraditional how we got here, right? America's team felt very out of the mix at 3-5-1, but after a few trade acquisitions and a galvanizing team win, the Cowboys are center stage this weekend at home against the conference's best in the Eagles in what feels like an opportunity more than a long shot all of a sudden. But one of the Cowboys' best former players won't be watching them in primetime. He'll likely be focused on his son, making his first career start against the team the Cowboys just shellacked. Are you following me here? Shedeur Sanders, a fifth-round pick that was once QB4 on the Browns roster, will be under the bright lights of Vegas with little wiggle room. But again, an opportunity to show why he deserves these bright lights and big headlines. And so what are we more intrigued to watch this weekend? Is it Shedeur Sanders making his first start for the Browns or the Cowboys against the Eagles? Stephen A., what do you think?
Listen, for me personally, just for this week, it would be Shedeur Sanders. Obviously, beyond that, the Cowboys are the more intriguing storyline, particularly if they beat the Philadelphia Eagles this Sunday night, because that would make things very, very interesting. But I think because of all the noise that was made since he departed from Colorado, leading up to the NFL draft, the day of the NFL draft, the immediate aftermath of the NFL draft, and beyond, I think all eyes in the National Football League are going to be on Shedeur Sanders and how he performs this weekend. It'll be the lone weekend that happens, but I think right now, just for this Sunday, I think that all eyes are going to be on this young man.
Okay, what are you more intrigued to watch, Cam Newton, Shedeur Sanders, or the Dallas Cowboys?
I'll second Stephen A. Smith, and why? It's because this is a career-defining moment. When it's all said and done, he will look back at this opportunity specifically and say, hey, yo, my first start was this moment. You can mention and try to see the interest in the Cowboys game, but with what Shedeur is, and for the eyeballs, not liking him, loving him, understanding what he came from Colorado to his father, those type of dynamics now come to a boiling point to being magnified even more for the right reasons if you succeed, or the wrong reasons if you do not.
Yeah, for me, it's Dallas. Can you actually get yourself into the playoff race? Going against a division opponent that we know is one of the best teams in football. It's also four different pieces on defense. Clowney's new, Quinnen Williams is new, Demarion Overshown is new, and Logan Wilson. Those guys didn't play week one. We haven't really seen this defense that is remade versus a team that we think is a credible one. The Raiders are not. And so, yeah, I mean, there's a reality where, like, yo, if this defense looks better and they're somehow capable of winning, then it becomes a much greater conversation. They'll play the Chiefs on Thanksgiving Day. I'm interested to see Shedeur. I'll probably be more interested next week when he has to play, a significantly improved team, the 49ers, in comparison to the Raiders. So I would be much more intrigued if the opponent was a more respectable one than the Raiders are in comparison for Shedeur. So I say the Cowboys just because they matter if they win.
It's Shedeur Sanders, and it's not even close. Whether it's the Dallas Cowboys you put up in this equation, whether you say the Kansas City Chiefs, or pick any NFL team, pick any NBA team, pick any NHL team that will also play this weekend, and Shedeur Sanders is the bigger story. Shedeur Sanders is what we're paying attention to. Matter of fact, we talked about Shedeur Sanders on this show almost every week, and he ain't throw a pass in the regular season game until last week, and he wasn't even supposed to then. And so Dan is giving us the very logical football X and O. I love to analyze this game answer, but that is not the real answer for anybody, because the only week the Dallas Cowboys can play a big game and not be the A's of get up and not be the A's of first take.
That's the beginning of the show for non-TV people.
Will be this week, because whether he plays well or whether he plays badly, Shedeur Sanders will lead every show. And as much as Dan talking about it, yeah, he gonna have 17 tapes from the Cowboys game. The first tape, he gonna be standing up in front of the screen, doing his hand like this here when he talk, is gonna be the one that breaks down Shedeur Sanders.
It's just Browns Raiders. Browns Raiders just doesn't sound as sexy as Cowboys Eagles.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, when you look at the totality of it, it doesn't. Not saying that it's not something we want to keep our eye on, right, Cam Newton? Like, obviously, Browns Raiders just doesn't ring the exact same way.
Yeah, it's when you factor in everything that's going on and all the reality TV moments with off the field antics to on the field performances or what we may know or what we may not know, that's what makes Shedeur Sanders' situation a little bit different rather than the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles.
All right, that something tells me this show, no matter what happens, we're going to leave with Cowboys on Monday. Am I wrong? No lies detected. Okay, coming up here on First Take. Well, the Raiders.
Then he showed up, showed out, and did it again, and then showed up at the press conference and said, "Is that what you were looking for?" And everybody collectively said, yeah, thank you, because we know he can do it. So you're having a situation right now where the media, the public at large and stuff like that get blamed. His own receiver is complaining. The coach has had to address this issue on several occasions. And Sirianni's taking his hits as well. And all he's doing is winning. But he's still taking hits as well. It ain't just Jalen Hurts. It's him too. So we got to look at that as well. All I'm trying to say is this. Everybody knows that Jalen Hurts can ball. He's the reigning, defending Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP. Got his bag. Everybody applauded it. We know he deserves it. We know that he's been a winner for his career, no doubt. But because we're seeing what we're seeing, and we know he can do better, and we know it's going to be required in order for the Eagles to repeat, that's why we pointed out. It ain't the end of the world, y'all.
From someone who I could honestly say probably been as critical of Jalen Hurts in the past as anybody. He's 32-1 since 2002 when they win the turnover differential. The one game they lost was against Washington when he got knocked out. So he wins. Everyone says Justin Herbert's great, but he doesn't win. Matthew Stafford, when he was in Detroit, he was great, but he doesn't win. Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen are great, but they don't win the big game. So we can't say that about those humans and then criticize Jalen Hurts because all he does is
win. Yeah.
Hold on, Dio. Hold on. Don't let me go to radio that shake. Wait a minute. Didn't you just say, Dio? Didn't Shay, correct me if I'm wrong. With all of that stuff Dan Orlovsky just pointed out, didn't he raise his hand on national television just seconds ago and say, nobody's more critical of him than me?
I said no one has been more critical of Hurts in the past, in the last year.
Excuse me. So in other words, in that 32-1 run, okay, that you just pointed out about Jalen Hurts, over those 33 games, there's nothing that you said critical about Jalen Hurts. Is that what you said on national television?
I literally just said there was. I literally just said there was.
That's my point.
But then I've also gotten to the point. I've also gotten to the point, instead of constantly chasing what I don't like about the way that he might play or the way that it looks in comparison to other quarterbacks, I've realized, no, all this guy does is whatever's necessary at whatever point to win that specific game, and that leads to them winning. So
what's the date? What's the date? Today's November 21st.
Yes.
Today's November 21st. Okay, so on November 21st, Dan says this on national television. But every damn day before that, when you got film and you're dissecting